So, you probably thought we were dead, and we did die, and we're back like the Dark Phoenix, because that's a horrible movie. Actually, our comeback story is probably better than that.
No, we're not.
But, welcome to the place where Spenny likes to make adjustments to the series. So
just the intro.
Oh, just the intro. Yes. So, welcome to Spenny's Adjustments. I am Sandy. This is Hawk.
Shouldn't you let Spenny take it from here if he's adjusting?
Oh, yeah. Spenny, you want to take this? You got this. This is your adjustment.
It's a bit late for the adjustment at this point.
No,
so
go ahead.
No,
go ahead. It's never too late.
The magic of editing.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Yeah.
Well, I guess he's a hater, so he fits in well.
Yes.
All right, well, fuck it. You guys are... Did they get introduced? Or did I cut them off? Doesn't matter. The important people have been named.
That's Roddick.
What the fuck?
And that's Spenny. There you go.
You know, his gripe is now official. Okay, anyways. Straight to the meat?
Yeah, sure.
All right, why don't you lighten up a little?
I'm just backing up, letting Sandy take it.
All right, so I guess we'll start with Swamp Thing. Swamp Thing recently, just first episode came out, or I guess that was the pilot.
Yep.
And it got canned. And it got canned not because people weren't watching the fucking show, because I guess it got decent reviews. I seen the first episode. Actually wasn't that bad. I don't like the dude playing Alec Holland though, but whatever. I don't do casting, and it wasn't bad enough to cancel the whole fucking series. But apparently it was a money issue.
So, yeah, there was a lot of reports that initially came out that it was about, like, tax breaks from North Carolina, but there's since been some people refuting that, and DC hasn't bothered to make, or Warner Bros. Hasn't bothered to make, like, an actual statement about it, so...
Well, because their statement is most likely going to be, we canceled this so we can make more money.
Yes. There's rumors that Warner Brothers is seeking to do their own streaming service. So, but that really doesn't... to cancel it would implies that the show's bad.
Yeah,
right?
No, for sure.
So even if they were doing their own streaming service, you'd want to have like some popular or like favorable, right? Like so it's kind of like it's building like you liked Swamp Thing when it was on. It's going to be with us now, right? Like
Or why not cancel it at the end of the season? Yeah. Because apparently the series is still going to release all the episodes. They said it's 10. Now I don't know if the pilot counts inside of that 10.
Yes.
So it does, so 9 more episodes.
So a pilot is usually just the first episode, and they film it separately to see what...
No, for sure, but I always thought pilots were considered like episode 0.
No, so, for example, Firefly, the pilot, Fox didn't like it, so they had them film another first episode, and that's why it doesn't make sense.
Okay. It's good enough, but Fox is a bunch of assholes, too.
Very true.
Fox should change their name to Fox.
But it was an odd... It's an odd
really
choice, anyways, for like a series. The Swamp Thing is not...
No. Because Swamp Thing's been around for a long ass time. He's been a pivotal character for DC.
I think at this point they're just trying to use B-list characters to stop the confusion with, like for example, The Flash. Because they got 2 separate actors for the movies and the TV.
Or Batman.
No, that's true. That's DC's gibberish, though. But again, like I think everything's starting to make sense because if Warner Brothers controls DC and Warner Brothers is seriously just about taking all your money, then what's stopping them from doing that again with DC's characters, right?
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Like it does make no sense, but you know, in a way, in the comic world, it also makes sense because you have the multiversity right there. It's access to it, but you know, you're gonna create an issue, Warner Brothers, where DC fans are gonna be like, well, now that we have so many universes set up, when are they gonna start interacting with each other? And Warner Brothers will say never.
So completely unplanned segue.
Yeah.
If you could make a show with any of DC's properties, is there one that come to the forefront?
Yeah, you know, I would originally say Lobo, but I don't think you can do Lobo because Lobo would just be, I don't know, he's out of place with a lot of characters. Maybe Deathstroke. I think Deathstroke would be an interesting character to do a show on at least, or maybe not movie. We talking movie or TV show? Maybe we should break that down first.
Well, I would say Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Too much background.
I feel like...
Is it too much background?
You gotta explain Jason Todd.
Yeah, but even then, like... They've already made mention of Jason Todd in Titans.
No, but the Outlaws
but it's not the same Jason Todd.
Right, and then the 2 of the Outlaws are secondary characters from other main characters. So you talk about Batman and Green Arrow.
Yes.
Right? Then you would have to explain their histories. It's feasible, but like something edgier than what Marvel's normal nonsense. Because Marvel obviously took the comedic approach to everything.
I think.
The TV series were a little bit more.
I'd probably go that way anyways. Like DC almost seems too brooding, right? Like we hate ourselves.
Yeah,
I could see a property like.
But that's why Deathstroke doesn't hate himself.
Yeah.
I feel like
Deathstroke is not a
He
brooder.
really loves the money.
But I feel
Right?
like a Deathstroke series is going to run into the same issues that the Punisher series ran into.
No, okay, so they didn't make a Punisher series. They made
Exactly.
a What If Frank Castle Lived series.
No, exactly. But then they're going to try to make Deathstroke just a good guy.
No, for sure, but I think Riddick asked the question with the idea of you have competent writers here, not dickbags.
Okay, so
feel me?
if you had creative control,
If I had creative control of Deathstroke, yeah, I think I can make it work, for sure. Like, Deathstroke isn't a broody type.
no.
No.
Like, he broods, but every comic character.
He
I'll give
broods
you
on
three-
how
I'll
to
give you-
maximize the amount of money he's going to make from a contract.
I'll give you three. I have three that
Okay.
I would be entertained by.
All right.
And they're probably going to be obscure choices.
Yeah, but, well, I don't know. Doom Patrol was huge. Doom Patrol,
Yeah.
in my mind, was massive. I hope
One,
it
the
was
demon,
good.
the demon Etrigan. I would like I could see
Oh,
the
okay.
demon.
I-
Rap's big. Rap's big
yeah.
right now.
I'd like to just see a Justice League Dark. I think that would work.
Yeah, but again, the problem with those offshoots is you got to explain where they came from.
But you can do it in the same kind of way that Doom Patrol is doing it.
Exactly.
It's kinda
You have like an
stupid.
But
episode
that's
where
the thing about there's no offshoots to Doom Patrol. Doom Patrol didn't come from anybody. Doom Patrol literally came, and then X-Men showed up afterwards. Right?
Yeah, no.
So like,
No, but in terms of like how the character progression is, like you can do that throughout a season. Like you can have an episode where it does like a quick like how they came to be.
okay.
You know what I
So,
mean?
so
Here's my
then we
three.
got Etrigan. We got
Etrigan, I would say- here's
Justice
my
League
two.
Dark.
Booster Gold.
Oh my God,
Booster
Booster
Gold.
Gold! Listen,
Get outta
to
here.
yeah, of
Okay.
course.
And number three,
Of
ready?
course.
This one's going to be this one's the deep cut. Blue Devil.
Blue Devil.
Really?
Has he had a comic?
Yeah, not for 25 years, but it's that
This
was
guy
my
just
three.
trying to flex his old school muscle.
Yeah, exactly.
Booster Gold. Booster
Blue
Gold, I
Devil.
would enjoy,
Yeah, I bet you would.
and Blue Devil, I would enjoy as well.
But where did are you guys think about like I got at least spending with Justice League Dark? There's the option of being able to run across the DC universe and slowly introduce people to it.
I think it would be hard to do like a team with powers show.
No,
on
for
a
sure.
weekly, on a weekly basis.
That's your balance because your character development
But
gets all over the place.
at the same
but
time,
it's
you could do the
possible.
same thing with Booster Gold.
There's no. He's trolling us right now. When he
I
says
know
Booster
he's
Gold.
trolling us, but
Booster
because of his
Gold.
stupid time travel bull BS that he does,
Who used Booster Gold?
and
on-
he
on
always
Taking
runs
Back?
into
That's
everyone.
about
He
it.
always runs into everyone in
Who,
the DC
Booster Gold?
universe. Yes.
It's because they're trying to sell his goddamn
I know,
comic. But
I know.
Deathstroke, you can literally have
Booster
show up
Gold.
in places.
No.
Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not hard to get the DC
Blue
universe
Devil.
involved with Deathstroke. It's not hard at all. So-
I'm still gonna go with like Red
Like,
Hood and the Outlaws.
wasn't Deathstroke's first contract against Batman? Like,
Yes.
you can have them really introduced
Yes.
to a lot of different DC characters just by having them do contracts in their cities.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me now? You run the option of getting them beat up by these characters
is-
because it's kind of one of those
Has
things.
Deathstroke
Yeah.
Stroke appeared in like Green Arrow? Has he come in? Who's
He showed up ton in
Yeah.
Green Arrow,
He
hasn't
was-
he?
he
He
was
showed
a
up
primary-
everywhere, dude.
Yeah.
So why you want? It's already there.
Wow. Listen to this
But
guy.
we're not talking about the comic. We're talking about taking them from the comics into a movie.
Yeah. Or TV show.
Wow. So I guess first off, it's no wonder Swamp Thing got canceled. We couldn't talk about it more than fucking 2 minutes here before we start talking about what if DC.
But no,
Because there's no Blue Devil.
No Blue Devil.
wow.
Like I barely know who the Blue Devil is here, right? You want to give us some context on this son of a bitch?
What on Blue Devil?
Yeah.
So Blue Devil, he
Isn't
had
he a mascot for a university?
no. He had like a like.
Who's the Blue Devils in America?
He had
Is that
kind
Canada?
of a little bit of a superpowered suit, and he was like a stunt man. But then the suit got fused to his body.
What's his
So
real
then-
name?
Johnny.
Dude, he didn't
Not
buy
Blaze?
that. Look at it. But he basically
Johnny Storm?
he basically he's like a superhero that kind of fumbled into superheroing.
No, that never happened before.
Yeah, so-
It's Peter Parker.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. This is an adult man
Hawkeye.
with hoop
Hawkeye
earrings
stumbled,
and
did he?
big horns.
Yeah, he pretty much stumbled.
and believe it or not,
Yeah.
his skin is blue. Surprise!
But I
surprise.
thought it was an armor.
But that's what it's
Oh,
fused
the
to.
skin's lit. Oh.
So that's
Okay,
now.
well,
I don't know how he
you know,
goes to the
I'm not
washroom,
going to
I
shit
don't
on
know.
anything. Anything could be good, so I'm not going to shit on it. So, but that's definitely that. So, Sandy, do you have any? Oh yeah, you said Red Hood and the Outlaws.
Yeah.
This guy just likes anything that Batman molested, man. What? It's weird. You like so many people but Batman.
I do like Batman.
You like-
I've never said
you
once
like
that I
all
don't
his
like Batman.
underlings.
I just think some of the like.
You know
I'm
what-
tired of the Elseworld comics, like Elseworld Batmans.
There
that are
hasn't
out
been
there.
an Elseworld Batman in a while.
Are you kidding me? White Knight, freaking.
That's not an Elseworld.
Like
That's not
King,
specifically
Kings
an
of Fear.
Elseworld.
That's That's pretty much an Elseworld.
Okay, so I think Kings of Fear is canon.
I like how you both are pointing at comics no one can see.
No, for sure, but we can pop them up on the
internet. Yeah, I can pop it up on the screen.
If we paid for an editor.
but those are speculative. You have on the agenda here, there's a show that is confirmed.
It's confirmed, not even fucking comic orientated unless you want to consider the shitty ass comics they release comics, but I consider them filth. But there's a decent possibility for storyline. Either or, Netflix and the Russo brothers are teaming up to bring you Magic, the Gathering of Planeswalkers. Because, of course, they're doing the story on Planeswalkers. Because who else would you do it on? The Russian dragon Nikola Bolas?
He is a Planeswalker.
Fuck my face. I guess you could do it on Nikola Bolas. That's the Russian
skating tentacle fucking monster.
If you're gonna do Magic, you need to be able to do the different planes, and unless you're gonna do like sort of an anthology where it's one episode per plane, like you can't do Planeswalkers.
Look, there's potential for a decent story in Magic.
Yeah.
All right. I just don't consider having like a Linkin Park song a storyline when they're all just walking into like.
Into fights,
right? You feel me?
I mean, that was
apparently someone fleshed out what was happening there. But
will it be?
Yeah, because that was the whole.
I would imagine something.
The whole set that they released with that fleshed it out. That was just like a snippet.
Well, yeah, and then plus with the way things are going, you have really predominant female characters that can take the lead. Like for sure, Liliana's going to be in the fucking show. And for sure,
I'd imagine they'd go with like the kind of the big five. You know.
Have they talked about whether it's like computer generated or more like Castlevania? Where
they haven't said shit. All they know right now is like the Russo brothers aren't even fucking writing the thing; they're just producing it. So whether they write it or not is different.
So I can't remember what the name of the studio, like the animation studio, was, but it's the guys who do Rick and Morty. But they've done a bunch of other stuff too for Netflix.
Well, if MTG Arena looks like anything like the last couple of animated shit, like the Dragon Prince and fucking
I think that studio actually
really
that was bad. That was bad animation.
I think the studio actually did the Dragon Prince. I'm pretty sure that was one of the credits.
Well, I'm just saying, Dragon Prince animation was like really lazy. I thought at certain points. I don't know. Like it wasn't bad.
I mean,
no, it was bad. Like a lot of the facial movements and expressions, as well as the hand movements, they look so. The hand movements were so robotic.
But we also don't know what kind of budget they're working with or anything like that.
No, for sure. But like again, Thanos looked like a real person. So if you can make a big giant purple dude look real,
but that's also Disney funding. That's Disney funding.
No, for sure. But at the same time, Fox got Disney type money, and they made Beast look like he was from the '90s.
But
like,
I mean,
legit, they really brought back the '90s by making the outfits look like they fucking made from the '90s.
Maybe
considering even though the styles were all from the 2000s.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It'll like you got to remember, Endgame had like massive budget, and this is like a speculative property. They don't really know if it's going to get a mainstream appeal, right?
Maybe it'll just be a Magic the Gathering version of Teen Titans, and they just yell really big mouths, and they all look like little Funko Pops.
Yeah, who knows?
That's what. If you want that, then just watch She-Ra.
Yeah, you know the Russo brothers say they've been fans of the series. They play the goddamn game. And you know, I don't really have a beef with them. I thought they did well with the MCU. I don't think they did anybody an injustice per se. Like, you know, there was obviously discrepancies here and there and weird things, like a whole bunch of people thinking they can help Captain Marvel, but you know, you got to do certain things to sell tickets. No, but Captain Marvel, we don't fucking help from that.
No. So let's go, A-Force.
You know, I still think an A-Force movie would be fine.
No, I would be fine with that. It's just I thought it was stupid how like they're like, oh, let's all help Captain Marvel. It's like, really?
We can't move as fast.
Really? Like you Carol Danvers needs your help?
Stick together.
So that's one Magic. You have another Magic property that's coming, right? Well, not like that has magic in it.
You know, I like Roddick on the show.
Yeah, his segues are actually like pretty good.
Yeah, here we go.
I like
yes, so Magic Order, a comic me and Spenny have been big on for a while now. Mark Millar.
Netflix produced.
They produced the fucking comic too, from my understanding, because behind the back of every Magic Order written by Mark Millar is a Netflix sign. A really gritty show. Or has the potential of being a really gritty show, because it's a hell of a gritty comic to an extent. Like,
I don't know if
it's gritty for a comic.
No. I wouldn't call it gritty. I don't think that's the word I would use for it.
I don't know. Killing babies is pretty gritty in my books.
But
I would say that's more line of horror.
Gritty evokes a certain feel, right? I don't know if gritty is the right word to describe the feel of that comic.
Okay, fucked up.
Yeah. I'll go with that.
I would say fantasy horror is like probably like the
dysfunctional family of real magicians.
Yeah.
Not like I do tricks.
And
Like I'm talking about like
some evil
really
dudes.
cool magic. And
I turn tricks.
Some evil dudes who do some actual evil shit, not just.
Yeah, no, for sure. Like
Sell
the
drugs and kill
magic
people.
in this is deep, dude. Like they got buildings in different dimensions, and like they're summoning all sorts of fucking supernatural.
Well, I remember the
creatures,
first
called
issue.
Demons and
The first issue was pretty freaking wild.
yeah,
And the amount of murders that happened in the first issue. Like,
Well, see, the interesting thing, and it'll be interesting to see how they do it long term, is that they haven't really set any rules on their magic system yet. It's
No.
basically everything is possible. They don't really try to explain it most of the time outside of this is what they're doing.
yeah. Well, and I don't even think they have the basis of magic where if you pull something, it has a cost to it. Like a lot of magic
don't
has
think
that
so.
principle of.
no, that's usually dark magic. It's usually
all
like
magic,
the,
all
no.
magic. They usually have there's usually a price you have to pay
Yeah.
for magic. There's usually a cost to bring the summons, and these guys, Spenny's right. There's very little cost.
Oh yeah,
involved
summoning
in the
magic.
summons.
Yeah.
Minus
No, like,
the
even-
cost that you pay when you summon whatever
Even in
you
DC,
bring in.
the
right?
new
So
the new Justice League Dark is the whole idea that your magic's coming from somewhere, and eventually you got to pay the price.
DC did it. Marvel did it. Kyle's Swords, the what is it? The not Sword of Shannara, but the Wheel of Time
Shannara?
series.
Okay.
The Wheel of Time apparently does that.
Even
Lord of the
Patrick
Rings.
Yeah, but-
Rothfuss, his King Killer Chronicle stuff does that.
Yeah. Actually, no, wait. Lord of the Rings does not do that.
Even,
They
even
just
with
summon
the
it.
Shannara series, the druid, he's still he's not sacrificing anything when he
I
uses
didn't
the
mean
magic. The
Shannara. I'm
druidic-
not too sure about what Shannara is, but the Wheel of Time. Kyle was explaining it to
It's
me.
just
like
that it's a
what
common
you spell.
theme.
And
Oh
what the
yeah.
cost to it,
No,
right?
but like
Well,
yes, I get that. Like with darker magic and like summoning
Well, it's not
magic,
even-
that
it's not
makes
even-
sense. There's a give and take. From
Even
that.
even with the recent show, The Order on Netflix, there
Yeah.
was these things where they were doing this magic and then there's
even
consequences,
yeah,
right?
you're right,
Like
yeah.
someone would fall down or
Yeah, it pulls from somebody else. Yeah.
All we're trying to say is
Butterfly
it's not just limited to
no,
certain aspects of
absolutely.
magic.
I will definitely agree
No,
with that.
but, and then the other thing too is like if you don't know who Mark Miller is, there's like a good fucking chance if you watched a movie in the last 15 years that is kind of out of the normal, you've watched a Mark Miller movie. Like that guy is.
Kick-ass, Wanted.
Yeah, like he's a lot of his shit. Like I still think a big chunk of the Avengers' success was based on the fact that they used the Ultimate story arc, and Mark Miller wrote the Ultimates, right? So, and Mark Miller is a decent human being from what I read about him, because apparently, he has the rights to these properties, but for every issue that gets sold, so like for example, Wanted, he when he made the money, he apparently gave 50% of whatever he made to the artist. So
That's sick.
big ups to Mark Millar.
Yeah, no kidding. That's freaking awesome.
Yeah, but if you're the son of a bitch penciling and putting in the fucking
You're
the
screwed.
speech bubbles, you're still fucked. You're still not a person.
So bookending.
Yeah.
This episode. So we start out with Swamp Thing cancellation.
Yes.
What are your thoughts on Deadly Class being canceled?
But like I said, Deadly Class wasn't gonna go long. No, but you're not
Why?
gonna, because it's a group of high school kids learning how to become assassins, and it's just
But
not
it's
a nice.
well
That-
made.
that
Like the
is more
actors are
not
great. The writing
comedy.
is great.
Well, that show is gritty.
but it's not the kind of show that appeals to the current
not.
mainstream.
It's what I keep
audience.
saying. It's like what I keep saying. It's like comic fans, you guys need to understand something. We're tempered. We're tempered to handle a lot of fucking crazy ideas. You understand?
Yeah.
Just from the nature of comics in itself. And if you look at how comics have established, like, they weren't always super duper out there.
No.
Right? Like certain guys were out there and whatever, but that came through like once you opened that door into the Pandora's fucking insane box, right?
Yeah.
You feel me? So, but the other thing is, like, the average person just wants to see some simple ass shit, apparently.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? Like, you gotta remember, the majority of people who watch movies, it's indoctrined to movie makers to address movie viewers like they're fucking idiots. You understand what I'm saying? In comics, that does that rule exist?
It definitely exists in video games.
I don't know, man. It might.
Tutorial stages.
Well, like, I'm just saying. though.
Tutorial stages don't necessarily treat you like idiots. They just show you how to play the game you're about to do.
Right.
I'm not saying that applies to all tutorials.
You look okay, but at the same time, it's like you take a look at games back in like the NES era, where it's like
Yeah,
We're
but
not gonna
that's
get into
not-
a deep video game.
But there are a number of comics I open
just-
up and I ask myself the question: do they think I'm an idiot that I'm going to buy another issue of this?
No, for sure, but that's Marvel what they're doing right now, because
Yes.
Marvel and DC, like DC's kind of victim to it, but not as bad. But like, Marvel doesn't care about content no more. Marvel stopped caring about content a fucking while ago.
That's the big thing about the Deadly Class cancellation too, is that so comic films are not big.
No.
A certain type of comic film is big, and those are the ones that don't ask you to really think about it.
Yeah.
They're very shallow, but they give the impression of being deep by giving people a lot of room for fan theories after the movie gets out.
But then you have something like the
MCU.
Kingsman.
That's just lazy writing.
Yeah,
Kingsman's not is a comic book movie that's not
for sure. But Mark Miller wrote that series
also,
specifically
that's
for
another
a
one
movie.
that doesn't ask you to
I
think.
guarantee you, he specifically wrote it for a movie. Well, Mark Miller, generally speaking, doesn't. That's why another thing. Just so we get this point about the Magic Order, Mark Miller doesn't usually write these type of stories. Like Mark Miller, like that guy is just like very action orientated, very interesting characters, and just go. So Magic Order actually had like a whole lot of like spiraling staircases going on. Not super complex, but it was an enjoyable ride. Still paced the same way.
Mm-hmm. So I think compared to Deadly Class, Magic Order will have an easier time finding an audience.
No, because Deadly Class is very grounded in this world.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Like, it is super... The only thing weird about Deadly Class is having a school for assassins.
Well, I mean, Deadly Class has a lot he wants to say, too.
Well, yes, but that's the thing, though. Like, what he talks about and the issues that these kids have, they're real fucking issues.
Benedict Wong needs to be in everything.
Benedict Wong does need to be in everything. Yeah,
he's amazing. I love him.
So this school with assassins, Professor X in charge of it?
Dark Phoenix is so trash.
It is so trash.
So trash. X-Men is so fresh. You know what we should have talked about is can fucking Fraction there save the X-Men? Is he not doing the newest X-Men? House of X, Powers of X?
That sounds like a good topic.
Next week, yeah, maybe next week. So, but we'll fucking, so that's comic-wise, but really quickly, just so we're getting on the core of comics, I figured, and since these guys have zero opinion except for mine, we're doing it anyways, we're going to have a philosophy corner here, right? And we're going to discuss actually something that we were touching up on throughout the whole show, inconsistencies and things, right? Marvel has massive inconsistencies, and I think if you're a fan of fucking comics, we need to probably do something about this sooner than later because Marvel's taking it too far.
Yes.
They need an exorcism, Marvel does?
Oh, absolutely.
I don't know if they need an exorcism. I think they need
a retooling from the top down.
It's you can't retool something like that. You got to get them to relook at things. It's like you guys already make money. You understand? Mm-hmm. I don't think you're going to do any injustices with Captain America, Iron Man, Spider-Man, Hulk. Those guys have been immortalized. They're not going anywhere, right? Yeah. So stop fucking trying to push everything in that direction where it's like, here's another Iron Hulk, here's another fucking whatever.
Yes.
You understand? Because you're taking advantage of your reading base, right? Because, people get attached to certain things, right? And when you're attached to them, you'll just do stupid shit. Just make it content-based, right? There's a lot of good stories you can do with Marvel. There's a lot of good fucking writers you can get for Marvel. Just do something that makes sense and have some consistency with it, right?
So there's, at least in the video game industry, and I'm sure in a lot of creative industries, there's the idea of design pillars. So you basically, at the start of a project, you decide, okay, these are like 3 things that this game or movie or whatever is. And anytime we have to make a decision about should we put this in, we look at these 3 pillars. Does it fit these 3 pillars? If not, no.
But Marvel's doing that, for
Marvel's
sure.
3 pillars are Wolverine, Iron Man,
what I'm saying is they need to relook at their
X
pillars.
Yeah.
Well, they need to adjust them to make them into storylines, not fucking sales lines. You understand?
Yes.
These guys are concentrating on sales lines. So my big issue right now that we're going to talk about is the inconsistencies of the main characters in Marvel storylines and their concepts of violence, okay? So I'm going to clarify some things about life and death really quick so we're all on the same page. If you kill somebody, human or not, you're killing something. You understand? You could have reasons for doing it, but you're still killing somebody. Do you understand? Right? So if we're going to sit there and say there's no difference between killing Roddick, who is a white male, and me, who's not a white male, right? You understand what I'm saying? We're getting killed. We're both dying. You're both killing. At the end of the day, it's easy to agree that you just murdered a human being.
That's a big loss for the entire world without an Ock and a Roddick.
I think so. Right? And again, it doesn't matter if you're man, woman, female, or non-binary, binary, right-ary. I don't give a fuck what you is. If you have a pulse and you get killed, you're killable, right? Yeah. Marvel has this weird fucking obsession with having these massive fucking criminals run around and kill people, and these writers have been trying their hardest to bring up these points about like, well then, it happened in Axis, it happened in Original Sin, it happened in fucking, Secret Empire. And Secret Empire actually is the one I have the biggest issue with. Because inside of Secret Empire, Punisher, who's a character who's classically murdered things, okay, you understand? Punisher doesn't kind of put people in jail, he puts people in graves, you understand? Whether they deserve it or not, entirely different, but that's why you can always have that subject of conversation, whether Punisher is a good person, bad person, whatever, right? Mm-hmm. He does murder, right? In Civil War, Captain America had an issue with Punisher, but to get things done, he worked with him just to get things done. You understand? But once Punisher crossed that line in front of Captain America, he got upset. But I had a problem with that because Captain America literally fought in World War II and has most likely killed several fucking Nazis, right?
Especially with that shield.
Right, but they're Nazis. But of course, but what happened after World War II? They were no longer Nazis. Did anyone keep killing German people thinking that they were fucking Nazis? No, so Captain America, by the start of our argument, was killing fucking people, correct? Mm-hmm. So Punisher, after the Secret Empire, he was brainwashed by Dr. Faust to work for Hydra. Like a lot of other fucking superheroes, to including Captain America.
That was during Secret Empire, not after.
Well, yeah, sorry. Right? After Secret Empire, Punisher gets his fucking goddamn brain back, and he's like, well, fuck, I just got taken by Hydra, and I don't like that. And I don't like Hydra, because Hydra's been around for a fucking while, and these dickbag superheroes who run around talking about the best intention of the Earth is letting a bunch of fucking murderers go around. Nick Fury, not white Nick Fury, but his
son.
Biological black son Nick Fury, nothing to do with matching up black Nick Fury from the movies and white Nick Fury from the comics, but, you know, whatever. I'm not going to get too confused. He gives Punisher War Machine's armor. Mm-hmm. Okay? Keep in mind, it's called what?
The War Machine.
What happens in war?
People get killed.
People get fucking killed. And then you have a massive storyline where half of fucking S.H.I.E.L.D. wants to get him and stop him from killing fucking agents of Hydra, because this is shit they don't do. They don't fucking kill people, right? Fucking goddamn James Rhodes came back from the fucking dead just to tell Punisher he's disrespecting the name War Machine.
Yeah.
Punisher.
This is a real thing.
And Rhodes has guns that don't kill people on War Machine, that don't kill people. What war are you fucking fighting? Regardless, War of the Realms comes out. Every one of those fucking douchebags is working with the Punisher. They're all killing dark elves. They're all killing ice giants. They're all fucking murdering all sorts of fucking creatures. And it's okay for what reason? You understand that inconsistency of fucking murder is weird. Get good with it or get off of it entirely. But keep your fucking world consistent. Don't show me a Punisher getting shit on for using a war machine to fight a fucking war against people who rightly deserve to fucking die. As opposed to Malekith, who's killed probably less human beings than Red Skull's killed, or any other fucking agent, like Supreme Agent of Hydra. And he comes through in Asgard, you kill him, no problem, there's no fucking issue. There's literally one part in the comic where he's talking about him. Malekith is talking, I've been going crazy about, he's been talking about how great this war is, and he's the guy who brought the war. And then Captain Marvel attacks her, she's like, I'll show you how good humans are at doing war. It's like, motherfucker, I read Captain Marvel motherfucking have all sorts of motherfucking issues with killing motherfucking people.
Yeah.
But war, fucking war. I got news for you. War equals dead people. Dead. Stop fucking with it.
Oh, and that was the other thing too. Punisher with the War Machine suit was
cool
probably, oh my god, that was the most amazing storyline I had ever read with Punisher. That and Magic Bullets. That was amazing. But like him with the War Machine suit, it made sense. Like, it made sense.
It was just good to see him doing something that he can actually, because like half a fucking Hydra would beat the shit out of Punisher.
Well,
come on, they're strong dudes, man.
No, they're not strong dudes, but they have a lot of tech. You know what I mean? Like stolen tech that they've stolen over the generations. Like, but like it was good because like the banter between him and Jarvis, and like how he's very old school in how he does things because he was a Marine. You know what I mean?
What?
He was a Marine for like 5 minutes.
You mean his van wasn't enough? Punisher had the van.
That's what I'm talking about.
High-tech technology. Microchip.
I don't know. I'm just, I think it's killing comics, that fucking massive inconsistency of life.
No, I agree.
Right.
And they shut down great storylines because it doesn't make the sales quota that they want.
Well,
it's like
I kind of get that.
Yes, to a certain extent, I can get behind that because you want to hit a certain sale point just to keep a series going. But
there's a rush. There's a rush.
Yeah, there is too much of a rush in the industry.
Like even no, we're not. This is another bunny trail that we shouldn't go down. But with the Dark Phoenix, that was almost a 3-year run of her becoming Phoenix and then corrupted by it. Right?
Yeah, but
that would never happen these days.
No, because you don't have 3 years.
No.
Yeah, you need to have six major political story arcs that happen in the course of a fucking year that somehow scum through everything. Like, your filming War of the Realms is currently ripping through the whole Marvel universe, and yet you still have comics I'm reading on the same week you're releasing War of the Realms where Manhattan is fine.
Yeah.
So it's like, what are you guys doing? And then you interrupt your normal Spider-Man story arcs to bring in Spider-Man with a fucking Viking helmet? Like, fuck off. You literally did Siege a couple of years ago. How many times do you need to bring Asgardians into fucking Earth and create a stupid problem?
Yes.
You did it with the fucking Inhumans. You did it with the fucking these guys. And who else just fucking recently had replanted in fucking Earth? I can't remember, but there's probably some other repetitive storyline that they fucking did in it. Like, I want to sit down with Jason Aaron one day. Again, like, I swear to God, I think Jason Aaron has all the secrets. Like, there's certain things that he just writes. Jason Aaron's a really good fucking writer. Mm-hmm. I'm not going to hold this against him. Like, but I can't believe he wrote this. Like, it's fucking Nick Spencer work. Actually, I don't even really blame Nick Spencer either, because if Marvel's hawking on these fucks, like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
I mean, I think Jason Aaron can do good work when he's just the only writer on a title. But it seems
he does good work, period. Even Southern Bastards is apparently written all by him. Him and Jason Latour work really well with that storyline. Sure, but that's
not like... There's probably, a shit ton of writers all doing War of the Realms stuff, right?
No, for sure, but I'm talking about War of the Realms, the main story arc that Jason Aaron is writing is fucking bad.
Yeah, but...
It's bad.
How much creative control does he have with that?
That's exactly the whole reason why I'm not blaming Jason Aaron for this. I get that. Even all the harsh words I said about Nick Spencer, I don't know what's going on in those fucking, what do they call them? The bullpens?
They're like summits, really.
Yeah. We don't know what they're being told. And what I do know about this day and age is everybody's deathly afraid of losing the paycheck. And I can't blame you if you have a fucking family or if you have a fucking bill. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't blame you. I can't blame you for that, but that's what I'm saying. We need to organize and liberate these fucking writers. We're comic fans, man. We're the most serious group of fans out there. I don't give a fuck if you think you're a Raptors fan or a fucking Packers fan or a Patriots fan. You ain't you don't go into the world that these guys go into. And that's crazy. We gotta save our writers. We gotta save our artists. We gotta save this fucking industry. And
gotta save the IPs, man. Like, the IPs are being destroyed, run through the freaking mud because of this.
Well, we want to be the next video game market, guys?
Yeah.
Sandy, I think it's time for you. We've said a lot. I think it's time to wrap it up.
I said a lot.
I think it's time to start editing. Cut it.
What editing do we do?
I do the editing.
This is why when Spenny said he wanted to change the intro, I laughed.
You gonna put a bow on this one, Sandy?
Again, are we just manifesting?
You want to put a bow on this
fucking crazy ass?
There's a bow.
I think we might be.
We talked a lot of shows, a lot of cancellations,
wrap up the package.
a lot of starting up, and kind of started to take a little bite out of Marvel, which I'm sure will be chops in the weeks to come.
I'm not trying to take a bite out of Marvel.
I'll take a bite out of Marvel.
I'm trying to bring back the Marvel that had me fucking fall in love with comics. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Stanley died.
Why I'm going...
I'm kidding. It's not just Stan Lee. There was Ed Brubaker. There was so many great fucking writers that made... No, but there were so many amazing writers that made up the culmination of Marvel lore and everything, continuity.
No, for sure.
So, yeah.
Let him wrap it up, man.
Yeah, wrap it up.
Sorry.
I told you to wrap it up.
Okay.
You start us?
All right, so, from all of us here...
You do it better.
We'll see you guys next time. And thank you guys for coming back and watching the show once again.
Well, thanks for watching. Yeah, if you're watching and you're not all really fucking Google bots. I know Lee's real and I know Rich is real. What's up, boys? And Spenny's dad is real.
And Troy can eat it.
All right.